Revenge gets ugly. Let's talk about the DC Comics film Jonah Hex. With this western, it is this maimed gunslinger with a supernatural link to the dead and burning desire for revenge, where we see Jonah Hex being hired by the President of the United States to go after John Malkovich's character, who has this super dangerous weapon. And I got to say, this was a pretty bad film. But even though this is a pretty bad film, it does have a standout cast from Josh Brolin as Jonah Hex, John Malkovich, Megan Fox, and Michael Fassbender, as well as having Will Arnett and Jeffrey Dean Morgan in a super small role. Like, it does have a lot of standout names, but the film itself isn't great. The cast, though, they tried. Josh Brolin, I thought he was pretty good as Jonah Hex. And the film, I will say it needed more Megan Fox. Like, with the film, I will say it does have some dumb fun moments, some dumb entertaining action. But regardless of that, a lot of stuff was executed poorly. I'm not too familiar with Jonah Hex in the comics, so I was looking this up. But in the film, he does have like this supernatural power that he can briefly bring the dead back to life. I was trying to find out if he does have that power in the comics, and from what I've seen, he doesn't really have much powers. He is just super skilled, so I did find him having that power not working for this film. Like, it's interesting, but they could have made it better. They could have utilized that better. And the film just has several ridiculous moments, some stuff that is pretty much over the top. And in a way, it does kind of feel like how Ghost Rider's Spirit of Vengeance is, but just not as ridiculous and over the top as this film is. Like, with this film, I think they could have done more with the characters and not have characters be stereotypical. And I think even Josh Brolin dislikes this film too. But with Jonah Hex, it had an interesting idea, but it just wasn't executed great with this. It tried, but ultimately failed. And I do got to say, the version of Jonah Hex that we got in that CW show, DC Legends of Tomorrow, is much better than this. But with this film, at least the cast tried. And it did have some fun action moments, but it wasn't great. But have you seen Jonah Hex? If so, what are your thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments below and follow me for more.